Hello, Midnight Coders, and welcome to a second part of my embarrassing code base. Yikes. So, have you ever written code and had a program that worked? Uh, I'm sure we all have. I've written quite a few. One of my better ones is actually this one that we're working on today called Rune Hero. And it was one that I had built back in 2023. It started out as just just a fan game because I'm a huge fan of the MMO RuneScape. Showed out to their 25th anniversary. I think I've been playing for 22 years. Been a long ride. So this that I made was um it started out as an idle game and it worked its way into a full-fledged RPG game. Um this RPG game just so happens to, of course, be a part of one of my favorite childhood games. Um and so I did what we all have done, and I wrote it mainly off the cuff. I had an idea. I jumped into my IDE. I had a vision at the end of the tunnel, but I couldn't see any of the mess that was in the way. So now here I am, 2 years later, with a great project, a fun game, and a solid idea. But I've got so much technical debt. I feel like it could crush Elon Musk. Um, I made so many poor choices. I've made so many bad decisions over the years and just piling code on top of code on top of code without any real plan or structure. So you'll notice that I've got a game engine inside of a Discord bot that has no use inside of there. When I turn my Discord bot on, I kick off the game engine. Like I got I just have just so many things that are fundamentally wrong with this project as a whole that it is one of my more embarrassing code bases, and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be corrected. I've got game engine logic, like I've got game engine stuff and checks and definitions in a shared API that modules use. I've got it inside of bots. I've got it scattered through this project. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has done this technical debt to themselves and always say that they'll come back later and do it and come back later and do it. And, well, here I am later where we're going to attempt to take care of it. So, if you're ready to check out some of my embarrassing code with me and help me change it from completely horrendous to not so bad, make sure you got a full cup of coffee. We're going to dive on in. Okay. Back into the code. Yikes. So here's what I mean. Let's bring this in a little bit. There we go. So you'll see here, this is the API logic, or the API module, which should be shared amongst the other modules as well. However, it has some game engine logic. It's got some actual models in here. The models I'm not so angry about. I'm not so upset about because those are the models that go into the actual database, but they happen to be used in a couple of the modules, which again, I I like and I don't like. I mean, this should be a solid hard thing that gets mapped to a DTO that gets passed amongst the different layers. And I oh my god, this whole code base is just so embarrassing and so like not written well. Oh god, just want to throw up. Okay, so I am going to need a new module, which I'm still not settled on the name yet. Whether it should be game server, whether it should just be Rune Hero Core. Um, because I'm trying to keep up with the naming here, like Rune Hero, this, that, and the other thing. So like I feel like I might name it Rune Hero Core, or I might name it Rune Hero Game Server, or just or Rune Hero Game. Rune Hero Core, I think might. I don't know. I don't know. While I think about that for a minute, if you happen to be anybody in the chat, feel free to throw your ideas out there. Rune Hero Core, Rune Hero Engine, Rune Hero Game. I don't know. I'm not settled on it yet. But let's see what else we have to extract out and lift. Because this is the back end where the models are, and like this should also be where those other. This should be where these other models are. These should be in here with the back end. The only reason they're up there is because they're used by the back end and the dashboard, which again is a kind of problem because the dashboard should just be dealing with DTOs that interact with the network, which then, oh my god, why did I write this the way I did? So bad. And I just want to make some simple updates and changes, but like I can't even add content right at this state because of how broken this is and how much there's so much technical debt in this project. It's so frustrating. All right. So I need to change those and I'm gonna need to like, not that I need to, but I want to make another module, maybe just Rune Hero backend and lift all of this into it just so that I have a module based thing rather than seeing one project in the source. uh, there's 2 modules I'm gonna add. Mm, 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 mm. This should probably be broken down into features, like I said yesterday. Da, 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 da. Yeah, like all this should be broken, and maybe I will redo but instead of just copy pasting this stuff in here, I'm gonna redo the packaging for the back end, make a new module for the back end. We'll structure it as a feature-based MVC, so that it's got a little more structure to it. Um, yeah, I kind of like that idea. So I will for sure be making a new module for the back end. Yeah, this would just be Hero, back end, Java. I'm gonna follow suit with Gradle. I'm gonna follow suit with dev.lab. Back here, 25, 25. Follow suit properties. Yeah, that's about right. All right, and now we're gonna hit next, and we're gonna pick some of these. I'm gonna take Lombok because why not? We're gonna use apparently 2. I was gonna say 1, but whatever. Spring Web. This does have Spring Web. No, we've got no SQL. Templates. This doesn't have a template. No, it does have SQL. No, it doesn't have SQL. It's got no SQL. I don't even know if I need to keep picking through these because I'm taking the other build Gradle anyway. Yeah. Cool. So we're gonna add this one. Rid of that. Backend, source main, yada. Come on. There we go. Backend, source main, Java, da 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 da. And this bit we can pretty much delete. Yeah, just delete that. Oh, what the hell? Stop folding me in. Alright, and this will be where we just more or less copy that stuff into here, but I also need to... Okay, so let's take a look at this build file first. Because there's this guy, and then there's this guy. Alright, just because we're using the same thing, doing that, this, sure, tool chain, yeah, yeah. Sure, anyway, so I'm gonna take this, take the project, and then we're taking, we got here, Mongo, Web, Lombok, and testing. Da, 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 da. Yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna take this stuff because I'm just looking to copy it anyway. Cool. Cool. Really? Why are you not? Oh, right, because this seems to do this whenever I... Let's do that. Rid of that help file. Settings. Do, 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 do. This project is Rune Hero. It's a RuneScape-inspired Discord bot. So it's a little Discord bot that kind of looks like this, where you can traverse through, Oh, son of a... Okay. I don't like that. This project has been giving me nothing but, like, ghost issues. for a while. Okay, so just give me a second. I gotta fix something. Data, data. Cool. Copy this stuff. Sorry, I just gotta throw this into a temporary file because stupid. Yeah. Alright, so let's delete this. Delete the Gradle. I need to invalidate my cache. I hate how this does this from time to time on me, and I do apologize. Sorry, to get back to your party. The project is Rune Hero. It's a Discord bot that can allow you to traverse the land of Gielinor, or Gielinor, however you want to pronounce it, in a way that you can sort of play RuneScape or play old school RuneScape through Discord, through a Discord bot experience, sort of like the olden days text RPGs, or like the days of mud. Okay, do this. Open this guy back up here, and okay, what's going on? Oh, right, okay. So let's open you in a new window. New, copy, paste. Hope that works. If that works, of course not. Well, if it works, I gotta reload this. Sorry. Nope, this is the wrong project. That was the wrong Rune Hero. Oops. Still doesn't like it. Why do you not like my backend? Like what? Did I? Rune Hero backend. I spelt that right. Kind of. Does that make a big difference? Like actual case sensitivity? No way, case sensitivities. I'm using Windows, and why in the sweet baby Jesus are you having an issue with this? Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. Delete you, delete you, delete you. Alright now, IntelliJ, don't be so stupid. Spring Boot makes things a lot easier. It makes stuff that makes web development and networking a lot easier than it used to be. At least for me, I absolutely um used to hate web development, but now I don't mind it. And also, I need to put those folders back. So copy that and you put you in there. Data sources. Sure, doesn't want to load. Close project, reopen. There we go. I just want to keep my data sources, so I had all of my, because this is all of my, not that the database would disappear because it's in a Docker container, but like I just didn't want to have to go back in, log, and create all of those again. Anyway, there. So we have the back end, this here, which I now need to migrate some of this code out of here into here. Then I also need to make another class, which I'm still not set on the name for, whether I want it to be Rune Hero Engine, Rune Hero Core, Rune Hero Server. I'm not really sure, but it's supposed to be the game engine package or module. Okay, so yeah. Auto repos. So we do need repos. I'm gonna have models again. We are gonna have network in there. No, we're not. I'm gonna rename that because that's just fucking stupid. Same with models and repos. Those are all shoot. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna pass an array in there. That's cool. All right. So we're gonna get rid of repos too, and we're gonna be putting everyone hero in there. Then I need to put in all of these just need to be broken up. Okay. So we're gonna put security and config in there. So we're gonna have config and get rid of repos. Config, we're gonna have security. Because those are all going in the same thing. Yes, add them. Mongo configuration. Okay. Resources, that's right too, I need that. Cool. Alright, that changed. Okay. Wait, that say something about hibernate? About whatever. Um. Okay, so everything else needs to be broken into some features, feature based. So, because right now I kind of just crammed like everything into models and then everything into here, and like there's a backpack model, a Discord user, like if these should be broken into features or feature based at least, so it's easier. Same thing with like my network controllers. They should also be part of a feature. Like there should be a backpack feature, which has the backpack controller, has the backpack model, has the backpack repo, things of that nature. Um, yeah. And I gotta separate all of these out to see. It's like, do I take the trade-offs? Do I fight the trade-offs? Do I? Because I do not want to. When as I scale this and grow with it, I don't want to just keep throwing things on top of things. I want to put things away in their proper spots. Um, it's not always as easy. Sorry, just got asked a question. Yeah, this okay, so feature based. So I've got backpacks. I have Discord. Got the hero. Oh god. So services, models. These are the ones that I feel like need to be broken out into their like, feature-based things because right now it's just a lot of noise and like there are technically items in here. There are what the rune shift work again that kind of falls underneath the hero. More hero related. Hmm. Okay. 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 So we'll have a model converter, which will be just a mapper that'll map things to DTOs. Yeah, mapping them to DTOs. Yeah. Okay. Why do I have my equipment here? Shit. Yeah, okay. Why do I have only those two as sequences? And why do you... Oh my god, what was I doing? Why are you in here? What? Oh, I did that for all of these? Oh god, I did. Oh my god. Okay, what was I thinking? Where the hell is this used? Sequence generator, get next sequence, okay. Where the hell is this? Okay, so this is only being used in Discord user, backpack, equipment, storage, profile. This one, on the other hand, is never used, so this one can be deleted. Okay, why was I holding on to that? Okay, oh my god, this was done horribly. My model mapping was done horribly. Like everything was done. It's done horribly. Jesus. Okay, so no, not that. I need to make a new package. We're gonna make a new package. We're just gonna call this guy. You know, we'll start out easy. Discord. We'll start out nice and gentle. So that's going to be the Discord user. A copy you. Stick you in here. Yes, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna get rid of this noise, this nonsense, and just generally clean that up. Okay. That's that. Take my user repository and throw that in here. Okay. That's the repository. Discord service. Stick this up here as well. Okay. So that takes care of this. Jesus, this needs to get cleaned up too. Okay, interesting. So there's the service. Now utilities. I feel like those two utility classes can go into the API. Okay, so hmm. Um, Get rid of some of this shit for the moment, so that there was this. Just so I can keep track of some of these. I just threw together a quick little annotation there just so that I can keep track of when I move these. I'm going to do something with that annotation later so that it makes it easier for me to see this, similar to like when you deprecate something, it gets a strike through. I'm going to do some little magic there in a bit. Structure. Honestly, we're going to be getting heavily into that in a bit because I did like my bot is not highly optimized. Like when I like Java main. So in here, there's a Discord module which handles like there's all of my buttons are inside of one section where they're all being handled. My commands are in another package. My embed messages, or primary embed messages, are in their own section so that I can easily build them with some default data. The listeners for the buttons are all in here, which is, again, embarrassing as hell the way I went through this, because this could be done a lot cleaner, I feel. I just haven't come up with a way yet. Menus, or like select menus, are also handled in their own section, and then models are form models are handled here as well. And yeah, and we're gonna be diving into that because the Discord bot also handles game engine and game logic, as well as an unnecessary amount of utility classes that need to be extracted. There's so much technical debt in this project that it's just overall embarrassing. But that's why I want to come through now and start shuffling things around, moving things into proper packages, cleaning up their objects, and like do it better. Because right now it's also only been me that's been working on this for the last 3 years. So I would love it if I could bring somebody else into the project to help me, to help it grow. But the only problem is that there's so much confusion about this project that I can't really just easily bring somebody else in without confusing the hell out of them. And so this is not, this is what technical debt is. Like I built something, it worked, and it's been working, but I've never gone back and cleaned up the underlying slop that was underneath it. So here we are today, trying to browse through to see which Discord related features, and then I'm going to go into Hero and yada yada yada, and I'm going to separate all this out. I've got networks and this. I moved this guy too. Move that guy. Okay, so now I need to, is it registration controller that takes care of the disk? Yes. So registration controller needs to move up into the Discord as well. Okay, and I'll handle that DTO conversion afterward. Okay. Okay. That's not too bad. Why is this separated like that? Oh my god, stop clicking on shit, Mike. There we go. Okay, cool. And I'll come back to address the DTO conversion later. Once we move that around. So that's it for Discord. This keeps my Discord stuff stuck into one spot. Okay. So, and this is where this is going to just float to for the next little bit, is we're going to build out another package, another feature. So this one is probably going to be, I'm going to say, backpack. So this one is going to be in relation to the hero's backpack. So things like backpack, backpack controller, backpack repository, and hero backpack service are all going to be copied and thrown into the backpack package. I have to go back into the Discord package because I have to remove something. Why'd I have to move something? Sorry. I just saw registration service because this also. Oh no, this is something different. Right. That's registering a whole user. Okay, never mind. That's something different. Okay, so now I've got some backpack stuff moved. So we'll pop into here first and clear out these. Pop into here so I can clear out that. Controller. There we go. This has the game service in it as well. Why does this have a game service? And why is my game service checking to see if my Discord user exists? Wouldn't that be my Discord service? This is what I mean by I just had stuff thrown on top of shit on top of shit on top of shit for lack of better thing. See, it's not too much trouble to just bring somebody in because the project's not like it's not the worst that I've seen because I have seen a lot more or a lot worse. But like from my perspective and like my own personal standards, this is just embarrassing. But yeah, I don't know why I'm pulling to see if. So I'm trying to see if an actual hero exists based on the Discord ID. Okay, so now that makes a bit more sense actually. Yeah, right. This is the hero, so I'm looking to see if the hero exists. So okay, so I do need to build out the hero part. Okay, let's do that. Maybe I should have done that first before I did this. So let's build out a hero feature. We're in hero profile, that would go in there. That would get rid of that and that for now. There we go. And we'll get rid of that. Okay, so now more hero. On now, import. Don't be so hateful. Okay, rune hero. So hero, rune hero controller. Let's copy you. Throw you into here. Get rid of your import. And you have the registration service. Okay, did I add that? I didn't add that yet. So I'm gonna have to add a registration as well. The registration service. Or a registration feature, Jesus. Okay, so what did I just pull? Rune hero controller? Okay. Technically the backpack one I moved to. Okay. So backpack repository I technically moved. This is gonna be the hero repository I'm copying now. This. No. Hmm. That's been moved. Okay, let's get rid of some of these. Okay, so that was the Hero repository. Move that guy. Now we're going down into the services. The backpack service I technically moved already. So now I'm looking for registration, and I believe the hero game. I believe these two I'm looking for the hero. Or did I just take registration for no reason? I took registration for no reason. Whoops. Get rid of that guy. Get rid of that guy. Go away. Go away. Ah! There we go. Alright, so controller profile. Is in this one? Yeah. Repository service. Get rid of you. Go, and then I gotta implement the search sequence generator, as well as worry about the other part later. Cool. And the controller also needs the registration service added in. So I'll do the registration part next, I think. So that was Hero Game Service that was moved. Okay. Okay, so let's go with registration. Maybe that's where I can put the registration controller and not inside of Discord. Registration service. Add you in there. That's not there and that's not there. Cool, so we'll create those later. All right, and registration. The profile's already there, don't need that. User service, the registration service, we just moved you. Okay. Now hero service, Okay, what do I got going on here now? So now I've got alright, so Discord's good, Hero's good. I'm gonna say registration's okay for now. Backpack. What else do I need? Equipment. So that's equipment. Equipment was moved. You should get rid of the DTO too. You and you. Okay. So that's equipment. Equipment controller. I don't even know if that's all the right shit. Fuck. It's pulling from. Okay, so that was the equipment controller. Controller. Equipment repository. Which rename that. And there's that. Cool. So that was the equipment. That was this guy. And equipment service. Yeah, worry about that after I get the DTO aspects over. Worry about the converters. So that's equipment service. Equipment service. Okay, now I need storage and items. Storage items and shops. Storage items, shops, and shift work. Storage items, shop. Okay, cool. Alright, so we'll now go and make. So I need storage. Technically, this is the player's bank. So we'll copy this and here. And there's that. Oh my god, stop clicking on stuff. Storage controller. Okay, that was storage repository. That's shop repository. Storage service. Okay. And that was the end of storage. Okay, so you've been moved. And you've been moved. So next I have items and shops. So game items and shops. So I got items. What the fuck happened there? Okay, so let's go into items. Take item, 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 item. Copy this. Paste it here. Do that, and then just shop, shop, shop. Shop. So that's all of these moved. You're moved. You're moved. Storage controller was moved, right? Yeah, okay. Storage controller was moved. You were moved. You were just moved. Yeah. That was moved too. Sequence generators not. Shift works not. Okay. So this sequence generator service, I'm just going to throw that in there for now to have it. Okay. That should take care of the services. I just need to get the shift work controller and a DTO converter. Okay. 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 So the DTO converter can definitely just sit outside of all of those, I think, too. Okay. And then this is going to need the actual Rune Hero class. Base packages is an array. So can I just pass in? Yes. Perfect. Rune Hero dot hero dot. Oh wait, no, that's where a repo is. Backpack. So that's bank, backpack, Discord, equipment, hero, items, registration, shops. So those are everywhere where my repositories are found. So this needs to know where the Mango repositories are. So here I'm telling it all of the packages. So we start out with our backpack, our bank, and we go into configuration. We don't have any. We go into Discord. Then we drop into equipment, hero, items, registration, and shops. So that's all the place of our repositories. Yeah, that's that in there too. Okay, so I guess we'll drop security into configuration just to keep those together. Okay, so there's that. Okay, okay. So this should take care of all of this, and in theory, I should be able to now shift work controller. Like, I don't know where to put this one for now. I do not know where to put this for now. Basically handles the punch in and punch out of I guess I can stick it in hero. I don't like the idea of sticking it in here, but okay. So there we just moved that skill utility out to the API. So like it can be technically deleted from here. This numbers utility, I'm also gonna take that and throw that in here. Why do I have a number formatter? And this. Okay, so that's gonna have to get deprecated. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm done picking at that. But yeah, cool. Okay. So I'll have to figure that out as we go and see where the other one's used at. But for now, Rune Hero backend is now broken off into feature bases. So these are the different features of it, which will make it easier going forward to add new things to it and maintain existing spots. If I want to be able to handle individual things now, at least I know where they're at. So now I need. That's already used. I need the converter. I need to make a DTO converter. A way to And this would actually be about the rest of those. So, okay. Okay. So what we have left to do here now is run through all of this, because all of these at one point or another had a model converter. And what the hell? Now, what is this? Yeah, okay. There. We'll now take in that service. There we go. Repository. This. We'll now take in the sequence generator. Perfect. And now we just need to worry about doing some item converting. So my controllers should have their should technically be taking care of some conversions, depending on what it is. In our case, most of this is going across the stack or across the internals. So, and again, I feel like this could also be done in a different way, where I should be having a service class implement a service interface, where I'm contracting the service to at least be able to do CRUD repositories at the most, being able to do, the create, read, update, and delete actions, and let it flow through with the rest, which again resulted in, this is more technical debt than I was expecting. Speaking about technical debt, I got some technically cold coffee. Just give me one quick second, guys, and I will be right back. Nothing worse than cold coffee. Oh my God! I went to sip on that, wasn't expecting hot, but I was expecting lukewarm, maybe, something that wasn't gonna touch my lips and make me chill. Frickin' iced coffee. All right, so bottle conversion is our next, I believe, our next step. Let's continue here for a minute. I want to review the rest of this and make sure I got everything else okay. Storage DTO, yeah. Okay, sequence. Okay. Config should be fine. Discord. User, repository, and sequence. There we go, that should be fine. Okay, equipment. There we go. Now that should be fine still too. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely hotter. Oh man, I love. Man, see, cold coffee is good, but if I have cold coffee, I have to expect it. I got to put a little bit of maybe a little bit of cream or base into it, so that it's I don't know. I picture iced coffee. I picture Timmy's. For those Canadians out there. I feel like every Canadian out there can relate to that. I wish I could relate to the cold temperature out today. Like, it's like -24 feels like -32. Like, no. No, absolutely not. No. That is too cold. And now my husky, I don't know if you guys can hear him. He's in the background howling. Oh my god, the little frigger wants out. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Okay, so it seems like my main... Ooh, item service. Did I not take over item? Yes, I did. That's what I thought. Okay. So, game item repository. Let's get rid of you. There we go. You. Get rid of you. If you guys ever had like a project with technical debt in it yourselves, like shoot me a message. Let me know about some of your experiences, because as you can see from my own, technical debt is not fun. Okay. And now these need to be public because they are currently packaged private in their existing states. Ops. I really wish, like, if I had started this project today, I'd be doing this so differently than I did. Uh, than I did. There's so much that I did wrong with this, and so much that I wish I didn't do. A lot of it kind of falls back to, like, I wish I didn't leave myself so much technical debt. I wish I made better choices throughout my... Well, I didn't even really have a design period when I did this. It was just off the cuff, thing after thing after thing after thing. Um, However, it turned out pretty good. It turned out pretty good. A hot chocolate. Dude, it's -32 degrees out. You don't need a hot chocolate. You need a freaking thermostat of like coffee and heat and like a thermal jacket with a face mask and a heating inner thing like a beard like I got. Wife wants me to shave and I'm like, nope. Keeps me warm when the temperatures fall below the brass monkey. When it's too cold, when I step outside and breathe and it hurts, that's when it's too cold for me. Way too cold. I gotta layer up. I gotta throw on like t-shirt, tuck that baby into the pants, throw another hoodie over that, throw another. Then I gotta throw this big bulky of a thing of a hoodie on top of that, and ooh, layer up. It's too cold out right now. It's too cold. I'd much rather be in here. My hat is off to absolutely anybody that goes out and works out in the field, like construction, doing roofing or doing any kind of like, geez, like I can't even imagine. Like, hats off to you. You guys are heroes. I like to stay in my heated house and work with my warm area. Hot coffee. Can't do Y'all are too cold. Cold. All right. So speaking about too cold, back to my cold-hearted Discord bot. So API. Okay. So converter. That's what I'm doing, Mike. You're doing converters. So now I need to make a way to convert my any object like this into its applicable ETO. I was just throwing an interface and having each of my models implement said interface, which handled the conversion, which was my original thought process behind doing this and whatnot. And I mean, I just feel like my model should not be implementing conversion logic, but maybe it should. Like I don't know. Let me show you what I had. So I had something like this. I had something like this, which allowed me to just convert the DTO because I had a model converter, which essentially just was an interface that took an object and this. So like if I were to go back to here, this, this, come here, this, default object, da da da. I didn't think I had a method body on that. No, I didn't, because that shit was abstract, I thought. How did I do that? Oh, just object. Yeah, that's all I did. There. Which, I mean, realistically, it's not the worst, like, design choice that I've done. I believe. Now I'm questioning which things had, yeah, there it is. And I mean, again, this wasn't the worst. It's not exactly the worst setup to do it this way. I definitely could do it better, and I think I might do this just to get it back to the way it was and see if it just at least make sure things at least still work. So I might just do this for a quick moment. History, go back into here, we'll pop this and this back in. Import you, import you. So local history, you, this, import, import, close, close. It's the end of shops. That one didn't have anything. Item, you did. Yeah, you were a thing. Okay. Hero profile. Oh yeah, you definitely had it. I know you did. You had a big one. Down, down, down. Don't be so silly. Hero, so then there's equipment. Nope, storage is done. Discord user, it's done too. Cool. So I think it's just equipment now. So if I open this up in history, grab this and this, just for the sake of doing it. So I want to make sure this all still works. Okay. I now want to do a clean and a build. So I'm curious if this will if this will build. Oop, 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 oop. What did I miss? Where's this one at? This one is in shops. And why am I missing the shop repository? Oh, because I have it imported. Jeez. Also, why am I? Oh my goodness, stop taking it. There we go. Okay, clean, build. Build failed. Why did the build fail? What? Rune Hero application test failed. What test? Really? What test? Ah. Mmm. My bad. My bad. That's interesting. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Clean build. Let's get that clean mess. Let's get that green build check. Aha, she built. Okay, perfect. So. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing that no developer's supposed to do, okay? I'm gonna do the thing. All of this source code, all of this everything, we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the thing. We just did the thing. Just did the thing. Hit the delete button. Alright, so now we do a clean. We do another build to make sure this didn't just totally nuke the project. Which apparently it can't find a main class because I got rid of the main class. Edit configurations. This guy is now no longer in here. It is, in fact, in the background of it. Hero. Although I am going to be wrapping this up here now that I picked a bad place to wrap it up. Why is this not? Oh, my mistake. I'm telling this in the main. So now I want it to go into the back end and have a little sneak peek for Rune Hero. There we are. Apply. Boom. Okay, so this looks like my main issue here right now is the boot jar. However, this is now running in a. Uh, my wife is a little early. All right, so I am going to be wrapping this one up now, guys. I do apologize for the dismissal here, but it is my wife's birthday, and she just woke up, so I'm looking to wrap this up. I'll be back tonight. I may touch base on a little bit of this tonight. You never know. We have a podcast coming tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. So if you're going to be around, make sure to tune in for that. It should be lots of fun. Myself and my co-host Hayden should be interviewing somebody. Figure that out. All right. So that being said, make sure you got that. Make sure you're subscribed so that you get notified when I go live. Once we come back tomorrow, I guess I will. I'm actually really interested to keep diving into this. So tomorrow morning, I will be doing another live stream where I pick up where we left off today. We'll dig into this, set up the main class, and then we'll continue on the making sure that the project continues to work as is now that I've deleted the original section and we're running purely on the individual modules now. If you enjoyed this video, the stream, by all means, hit that thumbs up. Let me know I did a good job. And yeah, as always, keep your curiosity open, your skills sharp, and that coffee cup full. I'll catch you in the next one.